Hello everyone. Before we begin, I'd like to show you this image. Does anyone know who this character is? This is Labubu. It's incredibly popular right now, but let me ask you, where is Labubu from? The answer is China. Labubu was created by Popmart, a Chinese toy company. This brings us to my topic today, China. My name is Yutaro Nara, and today I will be talking about the demographic shifts in this massive country. To give you some context, let's quickly look at the basics. The official name is the People's Republic of China. As many of you know, the official language is Standard Mandarin, which can be said like 普通话. Okay. So, since 2012, the country has been led by President Xi Jinping. Under his leadership, the nation has aimed for rapid modernization and global influence. In terms of economy, China is a global powerhouse. As many of you know, it currently holds the world's second largest GDP, ranking just behind the United States. This massive economic growth has been the engine of China's rise on the world stage. However, despite these economic strengths, the country is now facing one of its biggest challenges yet. It's changing demographics. Moving on to the population trends, we all know China used to be the most populous country in the world. But here is a question for you. When did it change? Was it 2005, 2011, 2020, or 2023? Please think with your partner for 10 seconds. Okay, the correct answer is D, 2023. Just recently, India overtook China. This marks a historic turning point. So, here is my second question. What was the peak population of China? A, 1.426 billion. B is 1.865 billion, and C is 1.220 billion, and the last one is 1.408 billion. Okay, please think with your partner for 15 seconds. Okay, the answer is A. It's actually 1.426 billion. The population has already peaked and is now starting to decline. So let's take a closer look at the data. So when comparing the pyramids between China in 1975 and China in 2025, it can be seen that the distribution of children and teenagers has significantly decreased since 1975. In more detail, almost half of the population were under 20 years old in 1975, but in 2025, this figure is 21%. In other words, the percentage of young people has decreased by 2/5. Okay, so please focus on this graph, which illustrates the fertility rate in China from 1960 to 2023. As you can see, a significant plunge is visible at the beginning. This reflects the impact of the Great Famine that occurred in China. After that, the graph shows a dramatic fluctuation in the early years. However, since the 1990s, there has been a steady decline. If you look at the recent figures, the rate has plummeted well below the level of 2.1. This downward trend clearly indicates that fewer babies are being born, and that is the result of the one-child policy by the Chinese government. So, this demographic shift has several negative consequences. First of all, let's discuss the shrinking labor force. As the population ages, there are fewer young people to work in factories and offices. This could slow down economic growth significantly. Secondly, this puts a huge strain on the pension and healthcare systems. With more elderly people and fewer taxpayers, funding these services becomes increasingly difficult. Finally, there is a serious social issue known as the 4-to-1 problem. This refers to a situation where one single child has to support two parents and four grandparents because of the one-child policy. This places an immense financial burden on the younger generation. However, it's not all doom. There are some positive aspects to consider. On the one hand, we are seeing the growth of the silver economy. This means new markets and services specifically designed for the elderly are expanding rapidly. Furthermore, the shortage of workers is driving innovation. It accelerates the development of automation and AI. Companies are investing more in robots to do the work that humans used to do. Looking at the bigger picture, these changes might lead to a shift in global power. As China adapts, its role in the world economy may evolve in unexpected ways. So, what can be done? The government has implemented several solutions. To boost the birth rate, they have introduced the three-child policy and offered more social support to families. In addition, to manage the aging workforce, they are discussing raising the retirement age, keeping people in the workforce longer. In conclusion, China is facing a monumental demographic shift. While the challenges of a shrinking workforce and aging population are severe, they also present opportunities for technological innovation. Here are the references for this presentation. Thank you very much for your attention, and yeah, thank you.